So today we will study about lesson 2 nutrition in animals. So by hearing the word nutrition we can remember food because we need food to get the nutrition. We need food to live, to grow, to do various works. Even a balanced diet is very much essential to have a healthy body and mind. But after hearing that we are getting food, we are eating food, then now the question arises, what happens after eating the food? How do we get useful things from the food? So in this chapter we will study how the food is digested or how we are getting nutrients from the food. So we all know that plants can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. Animals depend on either plants or other animals for their food, but whatever may be animals or plants, all the living organisms need food to survive, and different animals eat different types of food according to their habitat, according to their body structure, function and need. All the organisms need different varieties of food they are using because of their body structure, because of their need. But in all the organisms one thing is common, that is everybody needs nutrition. So nutrition is required by everyone, that is common in all the organisms. So you can say that nutrition as the requirement, the mode of intake and utilization of nutrients by an organism, or in a simple way you can define nutrition as the requirement, the mode of intake and the utilization of nutrients by an organism. So the food eaten by an organism is obtained from another living organism, maybe plant or animal. For example, human beings. Human beings are also eating the food that is obtained from other living organism. Maybe human beings are eating plant food or the animal foods. These are also they are getting from other living organisms. That is why it is a mixture of complex substance, and complex substance are not useful by an organism, or it is not useful for the body of the organism, because they cannot use the complex form of the substance. That is why after eating the foods broken down, the food gets broken down into simple substance needed by the body of the organism, or it is you can say that after eating the food is getting digested to break down the complex form into simple substance so that they can be useful for the body of the organisms. So here nutrition in complex animals, it involves basically it involves 5 steps. So nutrition is having 5 steps. These steps are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So 5 steps are there: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, egestion. Ingestion means the intake of food, digestion means breaking down of complex food, absorption is the process of passing digested food into the blood vessels, assimilation means conversion of absorbed food into complex substance such as proteins or vitamins. Egestion means removal of the waste materials from the body. So here we will study about them in detail. So first of all we will study about ingestion in detail. What is ingestion? Ingestion is the process of intake of food, or you can say that the process of intake of food is called ingestion. The method of ingestion, that means the taking of food, that varies from animal to one animal to another because of their body structure, because some eat the food by chewing, some swallowing, some are sucking. So it depends on animals and it varies from one animal to other animal. But ingestion means the process of intake of food, that is called ingestion, and there are different ways of taking the food, or there are different ways of ingestion. So there are different ways of intake of food like sucking, swallowing, chewing. It depends on animals and varies from animal to animal. For example, we can say that a hummingbird, it sucks nectar of the plants. Human beings, we are using our hands to put food into our mouth and then we chew it, and then we are swallowing the food. So similarly, snake is directly swallowing the means their prey they are swallowing, or they are not chewing them, directly swallowing. A frog captures a prey with its sticky tongue. A earthworm uses its muscular pharynx to swallow its food. Spider weave a sticky web in which small insects get stuck. So all these things are used by the animals. All these methods are used by animals to get the food or to ingest the food. That means the intake of the food, like some are sucking, some are swallowing, some are chewing. So these are the methods. For example, if you will take unicellular organism like amoeba is also having a false feet, that is called pseudopodia. With the help of it, it engulfs the food, or it is taking the food. Even unicellular organism, they are also intaking the food. So every living organism need food to get the nutrition, and for that they have to take the food, and the process of intake of food is called ingestion. And there are different ways of taking the food for different organisms, whether multicellular organism or unicellular organism, all are taking the food. After that only digestion takes place in their body. So once again I am telling, nutrition can be defined as the requirement, the mode of intake and the utilization of nutrients by an organism. It has 5 process, because since it is a mixture of complex substance, it has 5 process or 5 steps: ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. So first of all, in ingestion we intake the food, or the process of intake of food is called ingestion. There are different ways of intaking food for different organisms or different animals according to their body structure. For example, some are having teeth, some are chewing the food, some are not having teeth, some are directly swallowing their food without chewing, some are sucking the nectar from the plants. So even a unicellular organism like amoeba, they are using their false feet, or that is called pseudopodia, for getting the food. Multicellular organisms like human being, they use their mouth, their teeth to chew the food and then swallow. Hydra use their mouth or tentacles to get the food. So different organisms use different ways for intaking the food, and the process of intake of food is called ingestion. So for more clearance, you can read your book. In your book it is given different ways of taking food, it is given in your book. So please read that, so that you will be more clear about it. In the next class we will study how digestion takes place. First of all, in human beings, how digestion takes place.